all I know about this game is that it's a nice little adventure game. You know, there's no failure or anything like that. It's just a story. And I thought it'd be fun because I don't know anything about it. So, with that in mind, this should be a one-stream deal. You know, get it, have fun with it, knock it out, and see what happens from there. I like how, the genre, I mean, it's an adventure game, right? But it's not the old, like, point-and-click adventure games that's kind of exploded. I was never good at those games, because they involved puzzles that made no sense. I was very bad at said puzzles. You know, I think I tried playing Deponia once, and it was like... I don't know, you had to combine soap and some socks and some food coloring to get right-matched socks. It made no sense to me. So... what am I clicking here?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
There's no start, so I can't adjust volumes. Oh, here we go. Let's turn these down a little bit. And then turn the overall volume up.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Orcas Island Gazette. Alright, right bumper is the,
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
7 years ago?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
No trespassing.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Gonna take it one step further. Give me a second.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
That's a big old deer.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
What the hell? That's a hell of a house! Who would build like that? That's crazy, and I love it.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Afraid of the house. Feels like Resident Evil, you know? The new one.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
That's a lot of books. It's just the texture. Interesting. We'll go around back and see what's up. I will say, I love wind chimes. I really like wind chimes. They sound really good, almost all the time. Okay.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
This place, how many plates do you need, man? How big was this family? And what's with all the oh my god, look at that toaster. The half dozen toast toaster. So you got flavors of India, tasting Thailand, flowers, salt water. It's just a whole bunch of cookbooks over here. The Pacific Pantry. Book of the Mushrooms.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
You still got like plates out.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Yeah, you gotta wonder what happened here. Man, there are so many damn books.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
No, that's creepy as shit.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The Aleph 51 Tales, A Dreamer's Tales, Time and the Gods, Swan's Way. Maybe that's who we're playing as now? More books. I just can't get over all the damn books. How many books you need?
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Milton Finch missing.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
It's a little grim. You got a bird. Sven Hofstad Finch. Edie. Dang, dude. It's kind of messed up. Can't go in here yet.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara Finch. Some kind of actor. Looks like the girl downstairs.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
That's... Alright. That's a door? Alright, we have a key, but what do we have the key to?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Never read that book.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
What?
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Kind of crazy ass.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's... Huh. Interesting. A little maze inside the drawer for a gerbil?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh, I don't like where this is going. I'm gonna ignore that. I can't ignore that.
I kept eating and eating.
Toothpaste?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Fake berries, I assume? Gerbil food.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
What?
I was a cat.
Where am I going here? Got a little hops.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Get the bird!
I jumped and I almost got her.
Where are we now?
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Girl don't give a fuck.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh. Now we're the bird.
Rabbits.
Yeah, got them.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I
Holy
swallowed them
shit!
up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Girl's got some, like, little psychopath tendencies.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What is happening? Do a roll!
I
Spin!
rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This is kind of
Grabbed
messed
on
up.
tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Sneck, or some kind of eel? Can't go that way. You are not lying. This is incredibly trippy. That and I can't see
Now I was a
anything.
monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
A monster, huh? Can't particularly tell where I'm allowed to go. Ah, I see. So what are we trying to do here? Pull people out of cars? No, that ain't it. Ah, we want to go under here.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
You little psychopath.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
His belly was rusty razor, his belly was rusty razor, his belly was rusty razor. What shall we do with a drunk?
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
What is this girl dreaming of, man?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Man, children. Oh boy, up the toilet, huh?
I got closer and closer.
Alright, this is her room. This is fun. Oh, I gotta remember, freaking left stick and right stick do the same thing. Can we get out? No, probably can't get out of here. No, we gotta go through the, crawl space again. Actually, no. We go into here? All my stomach... Oh, excuse me. All my stomachs?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
The hell did we just read? What?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Cat?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
That was wild. Mole man beneath the Finch house.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Oh yeah, Edie. Edith.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Edie won't go. 72-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire. 1937 by Sven Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
It's much more entertaining that way. Dragon kills Finch, yep. Damn, I guess that's a way to go.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh, the shag carpet bathroom. Oh, damn. Mirror doesn't work. Oh god, it's the freaking things are like half a foot long. Oh, that had to be. That's terrifying. No, thank you. Get me out of this room. That's a hell of a shag.
Her room was like a museum.
Oh yeah, it's one of these little
500 years, the
slides.
Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune
Real
and
news.
misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann.
Odin Finch. Hot damn.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Whoop.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
He's sitting on his house.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
I don't know. Dude made a house and then, rowed it like a ship captain to the bottom of the sea. If you're gonna go, I guess that's a decent way to do it.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
It's actually kind of a cool painting. Painting on a little slab of wood like that? That's cool. I didn't even notice all this. Oh boy. This is classic Americana right here. She had birds, they passed away. Well, it looks like a parakeet. Or not a parakeet, a cockatiel. It didn't live very long. A snake? Bob the snake. That's environmental storytelling at its best. I bet Bob worked his way through some of
New
these.
pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
It's in the book. Can I check? Norwegian folk tales. Alright. Can't get out here. Let's check the bathroom one more time, make sure there's nothing I missed.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, I would say so. How come I can't get out here? Oh, it's sealed. Oh.
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
Sven and Edie. Interesting. Can't get out here, so there's something we're missing. Kind of curious in the dollhouse, but it's not sparking anything. I don't know, let me out. Oh, that's sealed too. Well, damn. So what are we missing here? Oh, that's cool as shit. What? Clock. There's Odin. Nothing here. Maybe this window? Nope. Oh, here we go. Found it. There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
What is happening in this house?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
So we're in a dark room. And dark it is. Couple turns land into a native haven. Early work on rail link. I love how much personalities the rooms have. So we got Sam and Calvin now, huh? Sam Finch, most improved player. A bit of football. Football!
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Broken leg? We control both legs. It's time to swing!
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming! But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
He was gonna fly? Are we gonna fly? Oh, I see what's happening here. It's time to fly!
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Or maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Yeah!
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Dude, I haven't been on a swing for so long. We're doing it! The full loop! The loop! Woo!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I mean, you didn't live unless you tried to do the loop. I haven't been on a swing in so long.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
So Calvin left Sam here all alone, huh?
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That would make sense. I mean, that's gotta be... Whoa! It's gotta be a different beast, right? Losing a twin like that? What is going on with this house?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
No.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Barbara Finch. Bill Bunton as Bigfoot. Little collectible lunchbox. Also, hello, fellows. Fancy you guys showing up.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Happy birthday, Barbara. Was that a pie? Barb Street. Wow, 16 years, huh?
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Dreadful Stories, guest starring Barbara Finch.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
BeastieCon 1960.
The scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned.
This house is
Barbara went
fucked.
to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh shit!
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
How y'all like that Friday the 13th, huh? Play pool? Let's see what we got. We got a crutch. Beer cans? Nah. Oh shit, never mind. We have an active button. Cans be gone! Pool balls! Alright, my bad.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Yo, what the fuck?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
Well,
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
oh, we have another crutch. What the? Oh. All right.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And when he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
We know of another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Alright, so the window.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
But we don't know where Walter is. Maybe he escaped.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Time to go downstairs and finish the job. Go, girly. Get some pep in that step.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
What?
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Oh dear.
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself.
What the hell kind of comic is this?
Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans.
What is this, Tales from the
Of
Crypt?
course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh my god.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Man, these stories get a little weirder and a little weirder as we keep trucking along, huh?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay. Walter's room.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
So where was the music box? I don't even remember. Oh, it must be... Is it downstairs? Must be downstairs. Dang, I cannot see shit, Captain. Yeah, here it is. Alright, so things ain't changed much. Still got some billiards down here. Some cleaning supplies, you know, laundry stuff.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Well, Sven did lose his hand here. Here's said table saw.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
What?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh, nice, a bunker.
If there's a pattern in all these stories.
Got gobs of peanut butter and jelly and tomato ketchup. Some Alvin cereal, extra crispy. Condensed pea soup, some propane. Yo, this is a nice little bomb shelter, you know? Tasty beans. Some more grape jelly.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Yo, he has been down here for a decade.
You get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
He had the nutritionally balanced breakfast. Peaches. And jelly. Actually, apparently he didn't eat much jelly, did he? He really did not like the jelly.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh my Christ.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm
Unfucking
sure my
real.
mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
That's a lot of peaches. He really did not want anything to do with the jelly, though. Pork chunkies.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Which one was the missing kid?
And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh, come on, that's messed up, dude. A little train. Also, what do you think happened here? I mean, in 2005 it was
Be
here.
writing this.
Oh, wait, maybe the train was metaphorical? Maybe he jumped. Nope. Train definitely wasn't metaphorical.
maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
It's pretty nice.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house,
We're on the backside of it
that
now.
history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That's a good point, actually. They built the cemetery for Odin.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. Oh shit. Christopher, Shadow, Shotzi, Oliver, Bob. Oh, there's the Sneck. Bailey. That one's laying on the frog. Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, and Lucy. Lucy lived a good 13 years.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
It's cool. Little star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
It really is.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh, that's the old house? Oh, shit. Sunk into the ocean. Almost 100,000 peaches. Good Christ.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Let me take another look on that telescope. Nope, can't. I guess back the way we came.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Month-old baby.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam, Gus, and Gregory.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Was it adopted? Sanjay Kumar? Can't see. 88 to 2010.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
What is happening here? Oh, little bird feeders? Made out of quart milk cartons.
They were both pretty intense.
Oh, we going hunting out tonight, boys.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Hanging milk out to dry. You ever had that dry powdered milk? Some MREs. Redneck birdhouse. Actually, yeah, they may have been some birdhouses. You're right.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh, we bab
He
now.
saw things the rest of us don't.
Yeah, we bab. Now we frog. Woohoo!
Let's hand over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Yes. More frog.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Gotta get them ducks in a row.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Let's go again. Oh.
It sure made him happy.
Get that whale in there. Have a whale of a time. Oh, it'll get creepy soon, boxes, I'm quite sure. The music is wonderful, though. I love that they added this. Come on, into the whale.
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I wish he could have told us
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Gregory, Dawn, and Gus. Dude, they've got their own evacuation plan. No playing outside without permission. No answering doors for strangers. No messes after dark, but all chores before dark. And respect others. Once again, the door is sealed.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard
He never hit
he'd
us,
be dead before
except when
he'd
he
see
did.
a wedding in our yard.
I gotta control
Father
this
made
weird
them
ass
at home,
kite.
Of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Ugh, controls like a super boat. The boatiest of boats.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I remember.
Husband and wife. Make him cry.
Yeah, there seems to be a theme going on here.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yeah, fuck you, old man.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
What, are we gonna get struck by lightning or something? We're gonna Benjamin Franklin this shit? What are we looking for this time? Ah, here we go. Yeah, drag that kite across the ground.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oh my god, it's happening.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Huh. Just dragging this shit along.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Wow. That easily might be the most
She
fucked
never
up
told
one
me
yet.
about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
So who the hell is Dawn? Raise flag, breakfast, quiet time. Dawn, sweep trash. Not both, or, you know, not together. Don't sweep the trash, it's important. Gus, mop mow yard. Greg, be a baby. Well, he didn't do that job. Well, maybe he did that job too well. Got some of these inspirational posters. What kind of nonsense do we got going on this dude?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Strongly encouraged. Snacker Stackers, 70 calories, great flavor, 0 fat free. What? Tastes great. Chocolate malt pudding. The Killbore. I can't even tell. I can barely read it. S. Finch gun. I do like it. It has a good, like, visual style to it.
What?
What you doing?
It's too early, Dad.
Come on.
Hey.
Propane and propane accessories. Was that soup?
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want
Oh,
to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
there we go.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Maybe. The Odin Finch trail map. Wow, they really worked this island, huh?
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Oh, it's like cataracts. I want to take a picture of the island. This part reminds me of something from Life is Strange. You know, you got the old mountain, old town feel going to it. Bored.
Aw.
See if we can find more bird. Maybe we need to make the flock rejoin, you know? I think the music helps too with it. Take one more of these, just in case. Alright. So what are we looking for? Nothing up there. Canoe? Didn't even notice that last time. I don't know what I'm looking for. Send help. Figured I'd be looking for other bird. But I don't see another bird. This always happens. Maybe we just need to take pictures. I don't know. I mean, we've taken so many pictures of those birds on the ground. There's got to be something else to this, right? Just spam it.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Well, hello there. How'd we miss you?
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
And this camera's a piece of garbage.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Really?
Your grandpa's Fen taught us how to fish.
So
How to
this
build
is
a
Sam?
fire.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. I didn't make the connection. So Sam
Found an old logging trail.
got a new room
There were deer everywhere.
when Calvin died.
I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see. Maybe. Or was it?
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Oh, we gotta find her.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn up.
Whoop.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready.
Look at that little fella. Goodbye, little fella. Know that your meat will serve and save.
Great shot, Dawn!
Is that...
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Dude, this family. Holy shit. This fucking family.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
So I'm guessing Dawn is Edie Jr.'s mother. This fucking family is something else, man.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Man, Calvin swinging to his death off that cliff really fucked him up, huh? Is there not a target? No, it's just a gooseneck. I don't even know if this is the right way to go. Sure don't look it. There's probably another secret just like the other rooms. Guess we can have a look around, see if there's some kind of book we can turn a key for. Because this house is fucking ridiculous. Old family photo. So, Kay, Sam, Gus, Greg, and Dawn. This must be that camera, I guess. Do the adventure game tactic. That is, just go around everything, just spam the button, right? Honestly, I'm sure it'd work. Or at least I don't doubt it would work. Dude. It feels like it's getting darker somehow. Maybe there's something in the other room. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it definitely wants you to go here second. I was pretty sure I'm supposed to do Sam first, and then go see about
After
the kids.
Sam died,
yeah.
my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
So Dawn just moved her bed up and out of here. I mean, I guess that would make sense. Oh my God.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Edith, she tried. Milton, on the other hand, did not. And, Lewis looked like he was trying.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Self-taught. Lewis rules! Just like the tunnel snakes. You boys know your multiplication tables? Analyze objectively, never stop learning, assume nothing, respect criticism, and ask tough questions.
But it didn't last.
Wow, we're really up to date in the 20th century, huh? Or 21st century. To teach and to learn, Dawn Finch. 7 ways to create a fulfilling classroom. I guess she was a teacher, huh?
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Oh boy.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Oh shit, he drew this stuff? At 10?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Extra, extra, historic American newspaper. Now available.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Yeah, she did.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
And this house is fucking insane. Who builds stuff like this? This is all Edie's fault. 100%. I don't know what she put in the water.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Smoke weed, bruh.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
what?
Wander.
Oh. We get to do a nice little double here. Fish with the right stick, brain with the
I asked
left.
him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Fuck you, fish. I'm busy.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And
the old
things
dragon
that have
again.
not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh shit, we're falling behind.
He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Oh look, a little fake doggo.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
This man has quite the imagination, huh?
And he made musicians.
Chicken chaser! It chases
and
chickens!
songs for them to play.
Nah, I can't cut the tail off. I can't spin it.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him.
Literally?
All the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Mario status.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
I'm noticing the old thought bubble's getting a bit bigger, huh?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
A beautiful prince and a handsome queen? What? Isn't that backwards?
The queen was on her own quest for...
Obviously, we all go on quests for rainbows.
Radiant rainbows.
There we go.
He followed the sound of her...
Oh no, I've messed it up. I want the sitar. Give me the sitar.
electric sitar.
We all know how hard that is, Koo.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Is this still the psychiatrist talking? Also, we have lost it.
It was all in his imagination.
I can no longer see the blade.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Man, confuse imagination with reality, huh?
My imagination is as real as my body.
I take your reality and substitute my own.
It was hard to argue with him.
Oh boy.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Oh my god, that's a 1,000-yard stare. Molly's back. Holy shit, Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh my.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
You weed. Holy shit, man.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
This whole idea that maybe the family cursed themselves by thinking they were cursed? Nah, dude. 100%, 180%, absolutely, without a doubt, cursed.
My mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The hell are they eating?
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Oh, shit.
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Can't see ship, Captain.
Turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
And sleeve.
We both tried to make the best of it.
Yo, this is some child. I still do this. I'm driving down the road. I absolutely still do that.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
It may be
The rest
pointless,
happened pretty quickly.
but it's expression.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
What am I looking at?
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What a fucking family. It's like they're all doomed to die. Thank you for that. Out of all that, I still think Gus's was the most tragic. You know, kid's going through some shit, and they literally forget about him in a storm, and he gets swept away by the tent and drowns. What the shit? Oh my god. It's so loud. Okay. I tried turning those off, but the sound still comes through. I was pretty upset about it. It was good. Yeah, Sam. That was Granddad. That was Dawn's dad. And yeah, that one was kind of messed up. They were all kind of messed up, except for Barbara. No one knows what happened to Barbara. Right? I guess her and Milton. Barbara just, like, she died, but... What, did she get murdered? I guess she did. I don't know. Walter left into nothingness. You know, he went underground for 30 years because of it. And then Milton just straight vanished. Who knows where he is? Look at all those peaches. But yeah, I'm not sure. I can't even think of a tragedy as hard as his family. You gotta wonder how any of them even made it as far as they did. Wow, this is 5 years in the making? The End Tatum. The replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. It was short. Short little game. Kind of exactly what I wanted to do on a Sunday. So, certainly an interesting ride, to say the least. Thank you guys for joining me along the way. I'd like to do another one of these next Sunday, so, you know, we'll see what happens when it comes time, as we get closer. Tomorrow is more Dragon Quest, and Bloodborne, Bloodstained. That one. That's on Tuesday, so. Yeah, glad we got to enjoy that together. That was pretty wild. Go enjoy the rest of your day. I know I mentioned it is dumb hot where I am. I'm gonna go relax for a little bit, so I'm gonna make sure I enjoy the rest of it, and I hope you guys do too. Yeah. Same time tomorrow. Love you guys.